Hey guys, guess who it is again? It's me, I'm back. So, a few things might be different. It is a different day. It's about 7 o'clock the next day. So, my voice might sound a little different. Maybe it sounds more exciting because I was tired last night. I had to go to bed. I was tired. But anyway, we want to continue. So, if you guys remember yesterday or in the last recording, I didn't have the font. So I went and got the font. And of course, again, I'm on a Mac. So the font has a different name. But it's still the Franklin Gothic. I think your font was Franklin Gothic Medium Regular. So this is the same font. It's just under a different name. You see mine says Franklin Gothic URW Medium. Because for whatever reason, they made a different one. So I'm not quite sure. But anyway, it's the same font. It's one. Don't want that to confuse you. Alright, so we set up our values for our paragraph in the last recording. So in this one, we're going to set up some text frame options. We're going to create paragraph styles, and we'll see how far we get, whether we get to the copy the text box or not in the time allotted. But for now, the first thing it tells us to do is to right click on this text box. Well, so I'm going to right click. Well, here's the deal. The text box is not selected. Notice right now I'm right-clicking because I'm in the type tool. Yours might be selected. And if yours is, awesome. Keep it selected. But what I have to do is I have to grab my selection tool so that now I can select the text box. Notice how the text box is selected now? Yes, that's why. All right, so now I can right-click on it. And I'm going to look for text frame options. I'm going to click that. When we open this dialog box opens. It gives us more options for our text frame. Real quick, just to tell you what's in here. I'm not going to go over everything that's in here because I don't want to confuse you. But really, the only area you're worried about is general. Later on, after you guys pass your test, I'll post videos about the advanced stuff. But for now, sorry, the only tab that you're going to be in is general. Columns, fixed number. We're going to keep everything pretty much the same. We're changing stuff that is specific. What we want is we want the inset spacing on all sides. So we're going to go to this area right here. See where it says inset spacing? We're going to go to that area. We're going to change the inset spacing for the left and the right sides only. So to do that, let me show you what happens. Sorry, if I go ahead. Sorry guys, my allergies are acting up, so I might, have to clear my throat. I apologize in advance. But if I go ahead and I start typing in here, like 0.125, let's just say, what's going to happen, and I put inch, is it's going to change. Notice it changed all four, right? We don't want all four to change because we only want it to affect the two. So I don't want you to do, you're just watching right now. I'm going to go ahead and put that back to the default, which is 0. And what I want to do, so I can only change the two, is see that link that's in the center? You guys see that? We're going to unclick it so that it unlinks them. Because once you change one, if they're linked, it's going to change them all. It's like a family. But we want to unlink it, so now we should be able to just affect the left and the right. So I'm going to put 0.125 inches in the left. Notice it only changed the left one because now they're unlinked. The other number for this is 0p9 because right now we're reading in picas. But we'll go ahead and do 0.125 and then inches so that it changes these two. All right, and that's all that we need to do in the box right now. Also notice, just so that you know, the vertical justification, this is talking about how this is going to line up. So if this box was larger and we had it in the center, it would be in the center of the box vertically. Right now, the top of the box is cool. That's where we want it. So let's just go ahead and click. And you can hit preview if you want. And if you hit preview, it'll show you a preview. If you notice, it's giving the little inset on the left and the right sides. All right, so let's just go ahead and hit OK. Okay, so the next thing, excuse me, the next thing that we want to do is we're going to create a paragraph style based off of the styles that we set in this text in the last video. Remember, we set it to the color paper, and we set it to follow a certain font. As a matter of fact, we set it to follow Franklin Gothic. Let me go ahead and make sure that font is in here. Franklin Gothic Medium. All right, sweet. All right, so we set it to follow the Franklin Gothic. I don't know, for whatever reason, mine reverted back. Who knows? But anyway, it's back to where it should be now. Remember, I used Helvetica yesterday because I didn't have Franklin Gothic. But I have it now, so we're cool. All right, so, but when we made those settings, now with this selected, we can create a paragraph style from this, which is really, really cool. What paragraph styles allow us to do is we'll set one paragraph style one time, and instead, like if we had another headline and another headline and another headline that we wanted to create, we could just apply that paragraph style to it one time. It's kind of cool. It kind of just saves the styles for you, which is awesome. So I'm going to activate the paragraph style panel over here, right? Or I'm going to navigate to the paragraph style panel, and then I'm going to click it to activate it. Yeah. All right. So what we want to do is we're going to create a new style. So down here, you see the trash can to the right, and then you see the create new style icon. Kind of looks like a sheet of paper folded up on one corner. That's universal pretty much in all Adobe programs. So let's go ahead and click that. When we click it, we get a new style that says paragraph style 1. Let's go ahead and click. Now I just clicked it and I activated it. But if we wanted to just change the name, we could click on the name to change it. But we actually have more settings that we want to do. So let's go ahead and double click on away from the name so that we can go into the paragraph styles options panel. All right, so once we get in the paragraph styles options panel, we want to name this headline. So let's go ahead and type headline in for the style name. And what's kind of cool is if you look in where it says style settings, it tells you what stuff has been changed. See, now we have that Franklin Gothic font. Medium, again, your Franklin Gothic is going to look a little different than mine because you're on a PC. I'm on a Mac going through Typekit. So that's why mine looks different, but it's still Franklin Gothic, regular medium, size 21 point. The color is paper. Remember, we aligned it to the center. We did all caps. So all of those styles are following us through. So let's just hit OK. All right. So now we have created our first paragraph style. Yay, you guys rocked it. What? All right, so the next thing we're going to do, and this is pretty quick, so you might as well go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and activate the selection tool because now we have to apply to the object. So when you're doing a selection tool, you're going to use that if you're doing anything that has to do with the object, which means we're going to affect the frame. Because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to copy this text box. All right, so you can choose whatever method you want. You can do Control-C and Control-V. You could right-click and choose copy. Or you could do, I like the keyboard, so I'm going to hold down the Alt key. I'm also going to hold Shift. Now, when you hold down the Alt key, notice you get the double arrows. Did you see that? So with the double arrows, I'm going to hold Shift. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. And now I have successfully copied the box. So you do whichever method works for you. Like I said, the copy paste, the edit copy paste, the alt drag or the right click copy paste, all of them work. Your whole goal is really just to get a copy of this box. All right, so we've successfully done that. I'm going to end this video here, and in the next video we're going to go into setting up our subhead settings and creating another paragraph style. All right, see you in a moment. Ta-ta for now. Ta-ta, guys. Ta-ta.